Welcome. My name is Jake Moore, and I'm the director of the University Art Galleries and Collection here at University of Saskatchewan. I want to remind everyone that we're located on Treaty 6 territory, the traditional homelands of the Métis, the Nehiyaw, Anishinaabe, Dene, Lakota, and Nakota. Today, we're celebrating the Goose Moon. The Goose Moon is very specific to our location, and we'll hear a little bit more about that fairly soon. But I just wanted to welcome you all here today for this additional marker of time changing. And as we experience time passing so differently during COVID, it's been this exceptional pleasure to welcome these stones here to the Snellgrove Gallery. As we're well aware, a land acknowledgement means little without legitimate action to follow through on. So it's been an exceptional gift for us to receive the work of Linda Tusis, Sandy Bonnie, Vanessa Hagan, and the students and community members that worked on these stones here today. They're slowly transforming this space into what I hope will be a site of welcome. And as I've been watching the geese fly over our campus, and I know it's not everywhere, but here I feel quite heartened by the fact that things are changing, and I'm looking forward to joining you here again soon. Welcome.
Anoto mo tagapi tutiakipi mamitsimak pisem. Yago niski pisem. Nitnan mutukautiak. Itigaw tutiak ikusin tsirigatanan niski pisem tsirigatanan. Yago gawi mamitsimak ano sinanas kumuak siman tugiawig wakagidagigway utaski. Tamidopatsitak, yaguminawan, tamidopatsiak, kagiawiak. Tuksagais na nas kumuha, ganun sa kayamihan, igayamihan, iginanas kumuha, mistay, inanas kumuha nisa, ano sumutaga manawiak. Igistidimak, simanto, ikse, nanas kumuha, inigi. Hey.
So we had welcomed the February moon. Now it's coming to an end, and we say farewell. And as the elder says, it's the time we thank the Creator for everything that has loaned to us on earth, for Grandmother Moon for all its gifts, for today and a lot of tomorrows. We learn from that, and we have to learn to appreciate that every day when we wake up. It's alone. Your children, my children, grandchildren are alone, so we need to honor them too. So, now we will say, hey.
Hello, my name is Sandy Bonnie, and I work as team lead for Indigenous Student Achievement Pathways in the College of Arts and Science. And I'm here today to introduce a faculty member who has a message for students as we install this stone representing Niskipisim, the Goose Moon. So the names of the moons correlate to seasonal changes that happen in place, and this moon being called Niskipisim is more typical in the south of the province. And so I'm mentioning this because in the message you've just seen from Elders Evelyn Linklater and Florence Highway, they named this moon the Miskisupisim, which is the eagle moon. And that's the name that for this moon that is used in the north of the province. So they're from Pelican Narrows, in fact. Down south here, the moon is reflecting the changes we're seeing. And this morning, as I walked in here, we were watching geese fly overhead. So the geese are coming back. They're coming back as winter heads north. And the words for north is Kiwatin, which correlates to the word Kiwa, go home. So the winter is going home to the north, and the geese are coming home to us. And the Cree word for come home is Pikiwe. So the geese are coming home during the Niskipisim. I was reflecting with a friend that the changes that we've all experienced due to COVID-19 have now been here for a year. And what that means is that the baby geese that were born last spring, they're coming home for the first time. And this whole year, they've experienced these quiet skies with such little plane traffic. So kind of interesting that this is their normal, and they're coming home to us again. So In sharing this message today, we wanted to have an opportunity to connect you with some of the exciting people on campus. And the message today is from someone who has come home to U of S. So Kathy Walker is a USask alumni, and she holds a Bachelor of Arts, a Master of Arts, as well as a Master of Business Administration. And she's currently a faculty member in the Department of Political Studies. Kathy is a Naheo Iskweo with Soto, Nakota, and Métis ancestry, and she's a member of the Okima Okanis Band, signatory to Treaty 4 in southern Saskatchewan. Kathy's teaching and research focuses on the resurgence of Plains Indigenous governance and its connections with anti-oppressive theories and practices. And what's a really exciting thing that Kathy has brought to the U of S is that she developed and leads delivery of the Certificate in Indigenous Governance and Politics. So this is a suite of courses that students can take as a co-degree certificate, and it's designed to help students develop an awareness of Indigenous political relationships and an appreciation of the unique socio-political position of Indigenous peoples in Canada, as well as an understanding of how Indigenous political thought and practices, such as land-based and kinship-centered approaches, intersect with our dominant political institutions and policies. So welcome, Kathy.
Tansei Kegiao Aoyak, Kathy Walker Nitsika Sun, Okinis Nagi Pe Opegan, Maga, Mrs. Quatomanatigi, Miguats Niwagen, Okiskin Wahamagio, Omania, Egwa Okiskin Wahamagen, Nista. So what I said is, hello everyone, my name is Kathy Walker. I grew up on the Okinis First Nation, but I now live in Saskatoon. I am a student and a teacher. I teach in the Department of Political Studies, and I am basically informally and formally always a student. So just doing a screen share here. I just want to say Kininaskamet Nawau to the elders for their welcoming of the new moon, or Niska Pisim, the goose moon. And also I want to thank Michaela and everyone at the Indigenous Student Achievement Pathways Program for inviting me to be a part of your collaborative art project called Anuts Kipasiganau, Today We Rise, Nipowi, and asking me to help greet the goose moon. So just a little bit about me. As I said, I'm from Okinis. And while our community identifies as Nehiao or Plains Cree, we're pretty intertribal. So my lineage is actually Nehiao, Métis, Nakota, and Soto. And I should also say that I'm a mother first and foremost. Natanis, or my daughter, is 15, and she has taught me the most about life. And she continues to be my greatest teacher, as all of our children are, I think. And in terms of formal learning, I have 4 degrees and am almost finished my 5th and final, my PhD. So I definitely did not set out to spend so much time in academia. It just seemed to happen. I think my Cree name may help explain why. So my Cree name translates as searches or searching for the good in everyone, everything, and every place. So when I was first given this name about 10 years ago, my first thought was, geez, can't I get a normal name like, Badger Woman or something? Like, who gets a verb for a name? But, and at the time I also thought, this name is the opposite of who I am, because I feel like I spend a lot of my time, or at least I did, being critical of everyone, everything, and every place, and especially of myself. But gradually, I think I've come to realize that I am someone who's always looking for the ultimate good in life. And as many of you probably know, Cree people have doctrines that tell us to strive to work towards Mio Pamatsuin, the good life. And we also talk about the need for Mio Wasituin, or good relations. So one translation of Mio Pamatsuin is that we are all responsible to live in conscious connection with the land and all living things in a way that creates and sustains balance. Or more simply, we must strive to live beautifully. So things like colonization and racism and sexism, I think, cause us to not only devalue the land, ourselves, and others in some way, but they also create a profound imbalance. And so these oppressions create ugliness instead of beauty. And I think our ancestors knew that. So, anyway, I was thinking carefully about what Niska can tell us or tells us about living Mio Pamatsuin, a good life. And the first thing, the first thing I thought of is that, the geese are telling us that the good life means that we all fly south when it gets cold. No, I'm just kidding. I think during this moon, this is when the geese are one of the first birds to return home. And then all the other birds follow on their tail feathers. And so basically, Niska is teaching us how to lead. And if you've ever seen geese flying overhead, they fly in the V formation. So, as most of us know, the V formation is a marvelous structure because it's 70% more efficient than flying alone. And as each bird moves its wings, it creates an uplift for the bird that's following. So I think all of us, especially now, have those days when we feel like we're just going around flapping our wings for nothing. Or in my case, it's more like I'm flapping my mouth for nothing. But sometimes we think that our actions or our jobs or maybe even we don't make a difference. But I think Niska teaches us that when each of us moves forward in a good way, even just a little bit, we actually do make it easier for someone else or those behind us to move forward too. So, like Niska, through our unity and cooperation, we're all able to move forward and fulfill our responsibilities much better. So, I just want to leave you with another teaching from Métis leader Jim Bork, and he said this decades ago. He said, the geese migrate because they have responsibilities to fulfill at different times and at different places. Before they fly, they gather together and store up energy. I believe strongly that our people are gathering together now, just like the geese, getting ready to fly. I am tremendously optimistic that we will soon take on the responsibilities that we were meant to carry in the world at large. Anots kapiskanau, today we rise. Nippawi.